Okay, gonna read these out, because who the fuck likes reading at the beginning of a video? For both our sakes, maybe set this vid to 1.5 or 2 times speed to get me to plow through all my thoughts faster. Because me and my friends have a lot of shit to say about what the fuck we all just saw, and I'm kind of all unpacking off the cuff. So this ain't no Jolts Dude summary, okay? It's kind of, you know, this is pure unadulterated, in the moment, first reactions and breakdowns. Literal and mental, haha. Also, no shit, it's not a summary, because if I made a summary that was almost 2 hours long, I honestly might hate the entire earth. So just enjoy and let me know what went through your mind. What do you think? All right, comments, all that stuff. Don't gotta like the video. All right, thanks. Nuclear winner.
Please welcome
This sounds
to the
Borderlands.
stage, the
Okay.
Ready
Ready for
Gearbox.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh.
here we go.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody, shut up. Shut up.
Borderlands fans know why I'm here, right? This
What the fuck?
moment, anybody at Gearbox is watching right now, and I'm kind of freaking out.
Randy.
Listen, this is the thing. You fans of Borderlands,
Oh,
you're why we
Sorry.
fight. Every pixel of Borderlands is made with heart and soul, handcrafted by the Gearbox team. We're all giving it everything we got, you guys. We're putting everything we
Randy.
have into this game. And listen, I can go on talking about Borderlands 4, or I could
Less than 10 seconds we see
show
footage.
you Borderlands 4.
Less
wants me
than
to
10
keep
seconds.
talking? Anybody?
That's
And
good.
who wants me to roll the trailer for Borderlands Mother Fluffin' Farm?
Okay,
That's
here we
good.
go.
That's good right there. That's a good thing to do. Like, who wants me to keep talking? Anyone?
As you wish. The world premiere, first look.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
fuck.
4.
Okay.
All right.
There's no Half-Life logo there. Fuck.
Shit.
Oh god. Human.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
Okay, Randy.
Shh.
It's like
What the fuck?
What? Are those Viridians? Oh, this is the war. Oh, it's gonna be a side versus side thing.
Okay.
Those are the 4 hunters. Whoa. That's fucking sick. Oh my god. Claptrap with a beard.
Okay.
Gravel hook, knew it. Okay. So it's like choose a side. That's the face at the end, I bet.
What the fuck was that?
That was very weird looking.
Fuck.
That was Borderlands 4,
Ah.
and now we have an exciting and unexpected
Cinematic.
announcement from a legendary role-playing game.
What the hell?
I don't like those Ball Hunter designs. I'm just gonna say it right now. Those looked weird. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. I've had my thing. All right.
Borderlands
Sorry,
4
pretty much
officially.
looks just like 3, by the way,
Look,
in the gameplay.
It's 10 hours ago. What the-
Okay, be honest, it looked pretty much just like 3.
Yeah,
apparently.
no, but it looks like 3, but somehow like more realistic, like, which is what I was worried about.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, look at that, 36 seconds ago. It looks very, I'm just gonna do dislike just for now, just gonna say. It looks kind of like, I hate it because like a lot of people overuse the sentiment, but AI generated. Like there's some moments there that was like, that's like, if I looked up like a, what the fuck, I'm trying to like AI generated like Borderlands, and yes, I know you saw porn there, but AI generated. Like there's some landscapes and shit, like with the punk kind of like psychos and everything. I was like, it's almost like forced like into like a realistic style, and it's weird. It's really weird. I might warm up to it, obviously, but it was just.
I feel almost nothing from that trailer.
That was messy. It looks kind of messy.
Okay, here we go. Most anticipated game. GTA 6 is one of the options. I swear to God.
No, guys, can we?
I can't. I don't have time.
Do you want to be part of me?
Yeah, good. It's
talking?
fucking GTA 6.
I didn't even get to see it.
Do you want to be part of my discussion or what? Like, do you want to? Because I want to like analyze this or whatever. Because you can always go back. I mean, of course, you'd like to see it live, but you know, I want to.
Yeah, I kind of want to keep watching.
Okay, so I guess I'll just be talking to an audience. So deafen, I suppose. All right.
Sure. Yeah, just go deafen, I guess.
All right. Take care.
Hey, game task. Helldivers 2.
All right. Well, now it's just me. I thought they were gonna have a lot more to say about that, but they're not as much of a super fan as I am. Super fan. Oh. It looks so weird. It looks so fucking weird. Now, of course, you raise expectations, you create such big ideas, or let people create big ideas by, you know, by stewing silence, by not revealing anything, then, you know, everyone's expectations are going to be super high, or they're going to have their own idea of what the perfect Borderlands is going to be. So when you eventually show it, there's going to be a dissonance there, and then people are going to be probably just upset regardless of what it is. There's always that. But, and I can warm up to it, but it looks too... Why does it look so realistic? It's such a weird villain. Like a fucking Doc Ock. Doc Ock villain with giant arms. Okay, like psycho indoctrination. Okay, I have it on pause. Turning other people into psychos, I guess. What? Why did that turn on like he was a robot? He's a human, or, you know, he's like a robot human hybrid. Simulacrum people. Okay, and also, as I've stated before, where I don't like kind of putting out those similar sentiments of like AI generated, you know, accusations or like insults, I guess, right? Like, it looks AI generated. I also don't like saying, like, looks like woke design, but some of those Vault Hunters, like how they look. Same with this villain. There's just... Actually, I don't know. There's something kind of cool about that, but... It's like rage people. They're human cyborg hybrids. That's a fucking arc reactor in his chest. This legitimately looks like that AI generated Borderlands stuff. I've seen like cyborg psychos, yeah, where there's just the design is muddy and it's hard to read. It's kind of like it has that weird lighting where it's like realistic and it looks fine, but kind of not. Looks like a COV psycho girl. They roar loud. What the fuck is this hidden world? So I was kind of right. I had theories, by the way, that Lilith would be breaking into this like veiled world while there's like a dispute going on. I thought it was going to be a classism issue. Like there's some authority and there's some government and like there's some class revolution against like the 1% or, you know, and we would have entered that kind of like war on those two sides and we could get to choose. So I'm technically right. I'll tabulate that as me predicting something correctly, but it's not what I imagined. So I guess I can sort of compliment, you know, that it's not what I expected, because of course you'd like to be surprised, but We'll see if it amounts to anything good. So this is definitely the fucking war. No Watcher voice, which is a little disappointing. Like, come on, just fucking bring him in at this point. I guess they want him to maybe be a secret, but dude, there's so many people thinking about the Watcher and what he had said, and if this is going to even be related to what he had said, that even just teasing his voice echoing, war is coming, and you're gonna need all the vault hunters. Like, I mean, come on, bro. Just, like, it works. You know it could have worked. Okay, I'm gonna pause less. Big bro, it's, again, sides. These look like the guys from Arcane with like the like techno-organic, like kind of unreal looking appearance. Techno-organic, people with size. What the fuck? It's the Psycho Masks, they rule people. Holy fucking shit! Sorry. I'm going to be the cringe a little bit with my reactions. Okay, so there's some sort of biodome. Maybe we might still visit planets. I had suspected that they're going to bring the focus to Borderlands 4's locations to only a couple places. Or maybe just the planet itself. It's much more, you know, narrowed onto a singular location because it's going to be about this whole planet and how it's been affected by, you know, the corporations that have been introduced to its landscape, and it changes its culture and stuff. They're definitely going to do like a which side are you on type thing. Or are you going to go psycho and like look for the vaults, or are you going to be like those people that try to guard the vaults and, you know, withhold its power from people? And I lied, by the way, about not pausing that much because fuck you. Like, obviously I'm going to keep pausing. It's a lie to myself. God, I hope there's a lot of good Nook moments because I like this. It's kind of shielded. It's like scrappy. Here's that world. That world with those balls, which like have been hollowed out to become like little like huts that people live in. Oh God, are they? There's an emphasis on like TV screens. I've noticed. Are they gonna have like this whole kind of like Incredibles 2 screenslaver thing where like yeah, I mean that one guy was, or that, you know, woman villain or something. She tried like She put the mask on the dude and it's like hypnotizing him or something. It's she's indoctrinating a population to enhance themselves with technology and become crazy people who always try to search for vaults. So she's probably going to be like the screenslaver or something, trying to, you know, control everyone through hypnosis or just controlling, period. And then the other guy is like, these are my robots. These aren't real people. Like, I'm better because I don't enslave actual sentience, or fucking, we'll see. Yep. Oh, hey, there's that concept art location. So still on the same planet. I knew that was going to happen. I wonder who set this up, because I originally thought that Borderlands 4 concept art. This is it. This is that spot. I originally thought this was Tycho's ribs on Elpis, because if you look up Borderlands Tycho's ribs, that there was like these like cavernous like gashes inside of the moon that had like parts of it exposed to the you know, the outer moon landscape and stuff, and it glowed from the inside. There's, you know, energy that's sort of traveling down, you know, various canals and shit that moves there. It just looks Iridian. Oh, sorry, that's a other thing. That's definitely the same thing. They're just, I mean, it's all about vaults. There's probably just, there's iridium on this planet, or, you know, it's like Elpis, where there's shit there. Broken moon. It's gun stuff. I don't like how realistic it looks. It looks good. Like, obviously, like, good graphics are gonna look good, like, realism. Now it's making stylized stuff that's a bit more impressive. And even though I think I'm gonna make my Game Awards reaction with my friends like separate, but I had said earlier that like everything's trying to be stylized nowadays, and Borderlands was practically, you know, the first game to push, you know, cel-shaded styled graphics into the mainstream. They may have not invented it, but, you know, there's any game that kind of even remotely looks like Borderlands, other people compare Borderlands to it because of how iconic Borderlands imagery is. And the fact that they're steering away from, you know, the strength that comes through, you know, embracing stylization is worrying me a little bit, because I'm like, dude, there are things that are actually doing Borderlands better than you. That is disconcerting. And I even have I'll bring it up to you later. I might even show a con or something. I took Marvel Rivals, like the characters from Marvel Rivals, or Squirrel Girl at least, and put black outlines on her, and it looked quite good. Now, this looks less good like that. Less good than that. Sorry, words. And whatever. I mean, just fill in the blanks. Like, you know why. You know, maybe someone like me would prefer it to be stylized. I'm worried it's not going to have a good cinematic angle on it. Yeah, my friend was right. It looks pretty much just like Borderlands 3. But almost worse in some ways. It kind of looks like... it's like banished architecture from Halo Infinite. Person, mask, or trailer song could have been cooler. Yeah, so these are like drones. Like, that's clearly it's like a solar panel on its head. There's that. I feel like these are going to be like the peaceful humans or something. That just, something about that looks spiritual and like, stop being a robot and embrace nature. And here's we'll cast a veil to hide our world from the evils. These are the good guys, probably. We even had some of that concept art with like this like Zen area. By the way, this is what I thought the villain was going to be. This is art that I made, and a couple of people had noticed it and they liked it, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I was kind of right in assuming one of them would be a robot at least. So, I mean, come on. Robot villain. Had to happen. Just feels like the right direction. I wonder if it'll be handled. Like, this is obviously a good high concept because, you know, the people who have inspected my post, they said they liked it. Now I wonder, whatever information that comes about them, if it's going to hook people in, just like my idea did with a bunch of people. Now, of course, I kind of get an inherent advantage as being like a fan who's made something, like people responding to stuff. That comes from a corporation. It's the reception is sort of subconsciously skewed a little bit, but when they start talking about it, I'm hoping the high concept hooks people just like my idea did, and they run with it as well. They're able to translate it effectively into the game, and it's not, you know, stupid or whatever like the Calypso twins, because they were also a good high concept. Siren villains are able to siphon abilities and yada yada. That was good. People liked that, but they didn't like the execution. I like that. I like this villain with the I'm right in thinking he's like a simulacrum or something. So they did go like another berserker route or something. I'm not the oh god, I don't like how these guys look. Again, I don't like resorting to the it looks woke argument, but it kind of does. So I knew there'd be a straight man, not like sexuality wise. I mean, like, oh, they do have a siren. That's a fucking siren. Holy shit. She has like a robot arm or something. Okay, so they do have a siren. They insinuated they weren't going to by saying we're going to switch it up and shit. But that's a siren. Okay. Anyways, back to the fucking straight man. So there's always going to be like a generic class, and I was right in assuming that the generic class was not going to be another soldier. This looks like some sort of like kind of, you know, rebel diva. He's like kind of like a I don't know. This is a weird comparison, and you know, probably only like 15-year-olds will know this because 15-year-olds is the demographic. But Slug Terra has a character called like Eli Shane, and he's like kind of this inspirational like like heroic figure, and you know, he resists against some evil force, and it's generic, but like pretty much think Deadpool, but he's like a pariah, like inspirational person or something. Like I can imagine him being part of a resistance of some kind. Her I don't know. I can't really sort of clock the character on her. I mean, she just I mean, maybe 2 of these Vault Hunters might come from the bad side. That'd be interesting. If we have 2, just like in the pre-sequel, where we had, like, the 2 morally somewhat good Vault Hunters, and then the 2 other ones which were bad. We had Wilhelm, Nisha, bad, Claptrap, Athena, good, right? So I wonder if they're going to make that play again. So 2 Vault Hunters belong to the good side, which is the robot guy, and then the other ones belong to the cybernetics people, right? Look, he has cybernetics. Maybe he's, I don't know, kind of like, at least if someone who's doing cybernetic shit on a planet where there's a villain who's trying to cybernetically enhance everyone, maybe he doesn't agree with the villain, but there's some, like, aspects of that villain's philosophy he probably, you know, believes in, because, like, he fucking believes in enhancement. So, you know, you could have interesting stuff like that. So we know that they're probably going to talk, like in the pre-sequel. They're probably going to be in cutscenes. In fact, no, I think they confirmed that. So probably going to be in cutscenes. Probably going to talk like the pre-sequel. More focus is placed on them. We'll see. I don't like her. Too fucking, like, I don't know, that looks like a slime rancher character or some shit. Look, even has, like, pipes, like, going throughout her. She's gonna have, like, goo or something. Be able to form shit through goo. All I'm saying is I could have done better. Fuck you. Still gonna play your game, Randy, but... Also, by the way, I should have said this at the beginning of the video, and I'll probably edit it in that way, to make that suggestion at the front. Probably double speed this, okay? Like, I talk fast, but also I take a while just to sort of organize everything, and because, of course, first time seeing it. So double speed this so you can sort of just, like, pick up everything quicker. Because I'm sort of discovering this with you. I'm not going to be as well put together as Jolt's dude, where I've sort of, you know, summarized it. I'm almost like doing this for me. I really don't like how she looks. That looks kind of fucking stupid. You look okay. Is that like Malawan? That looks like Malawan. That's like a Malawan shotgun. So this guy, he has like an exosuit or something. He has like energy blades, has a thing protecting his face. Okay. Enough. Fuck, was that a ketchup packet? No, that was another packet. Okay. Okay, this is another kind of like shitty complaint where it's like if I'm trying to tell this to the devs directly, they're like, elaborate. I'm like, it's hard to explain. But these designs, they look too, like, modern-y. I don't like, it's like, They're, like, modern-y, kind of just, I don't know, it's just... Okay, so that's like a Torg pistol. Club, big ass. This is what I wanted the COV to be, by the way. Because you know how they, like, team up with Malawan, right? And I wanted Malawan to be like them to do like bioengineering shit where they use like human subjects as sacrifice to like form biomass and do a bunch of like weird fucking experiments and stuff, and having the COV supplant their experimentation by delivering all those psychos, which, you know, the entire universe doesn't really value that much because they're dangerous, awful people, and Malawan is like, ooh, yes, like, you know, people to experiment on. The COV would deliver that to them, and they'd create, like, they would collaborate to enhance their psychos and actually make them interesting and different, because the COV in Borderlands 3 are effectively just the bandits we've already seen. There's only like 1 or 2 new enemy types, and the rest are just like revamped versions of ones that we've already seen. So I was thinking, like, we should have seen this whole like fucking bioengineered shit that we're looking at, like, with these new antagonists here with the COV, because it's hard to make an antagonist with its main, like, antagonistic force be comprised of, you know, the bad guys we've been fighting throughout this entire franchise, right? Like, we've fought the bandits always. How do you make those interesting again? Well, it's doing this, and they didn't do that, and now they're doing it for this, which is, I'm hoping the execution is okay or decent. It's just like too little, too late. I don't know. Torg. That bounce back animation, where like, was that lean? That's like Borderlands 3. That looks like Borderlands 3's animation. I knew they were gonna reuse a bunch of. Oh, those are Iridian, like. Those are like Guardian fucking like frills. You can see those on Guardians, like here, like Borderlands, like Guardian concept art. Another post of mine. Sorry, it's plugging here. Shameless. Yeah, so these type of things, like you'll see these on the Guardians. Now I wonder, because they kind of like went with this like more curvaceous and porcelain looking appearance for those little extensions there. I'm hoping the original Iridian art style is brought back. Please bring that back. With the vault arch at the end there, I'm kind of worried that they're still just like making it weird. I don't know, that vault arch could be unique. They've all been unique relative to each other until Borderlands 3, where it's just like a cardboard cutout of that just talking itself. Vehicles are back. Spaceship! We're gonna fly! That's a flying vehicle. Zane. Zane's older. But how much older? That doesn't look like his face. They used, like, his clone from Borderlands 3 with his model. So he hasn't, like, updated his clone. He's become much more, like, obviously just shaggy. That doesn't look like his face model. It's a little bit whiter. Is that a new character, or is that the Berserker one? But with like a head, that's different. Can you change the race of your Valhars? This is so weird. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? I mean, it's not like something like this can't exist. Like, obviously, you know, people like fashion design like this exists in our real world. So, you know, by extension, you know, a world that tries to be immersive and kind of like human, right? With people in it. Like, someone could design this and wear it, but obviously there's attention placed on this, a lot. And it's important. And when that happens, okay, Claptrap is with us. Hard to explain, but that woman there or whatever, just like, would you expect to see this in Borderlands or something like, I don't know, like Baldur's Gate or some fantasy? Like, it's just weird. It's weird. Claptrap is like more disheveled. He lost his like corner piece there. Has stuff he's wearing. Okay, loot outlines are back. Loot beams. Now I wonder if we're gonna have. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. There's a green, like, helix on this legendary beam. And it's fucking, like, rainbow. So that you're probably going to be able to tell what attachments or modifiers the loot has based off of little quirks about the loot beams. Definitely. I mean, that's clearly what that communicates. That's probably an anoint, and this is probably like ooh, it has a triple barrel, or, you know, it's a hybrid. You know, they're complicated. Or, you know, they're adding more layers to it. Jacob's pistol. I like that. I hope revolvers as a class are brought back and they feel like revolvers. Please make it feel like Borderlands 1 revolvers. Also, side note, would you have expected that, like, Borderlands this far in would look this way? It's very, very interesting and bizarre. Now, that can either be a good thing or a bad thing, but just, like, it strays quite far from, like, the feeling of, I don't know, Borderlands' like, simplicity originally. It just feels detached. Like, I can't imagine this being, like, somehow even a continuation of the same universe that Handsome Jack is in with, you know, his whole plotline. Like, just Borderlands 1, 2, the pre-sequel, they felt all contained and together. And it's like, once Borderlands 3 happened, that still felt somewhat connected. It was strong, like, it was strongly enough connected to the previous titles that it still felt appropriate. And then New Tales happened, Wonderlands, and then now this, and it's like, it's just, it's straying. It just feels not as cohesive. There you go. Yeah, but the change is drastic. It's like a Malawan pistol. Some like important, like, kind of you know, finale location. Maliwan Sniper. I wonder if there's going to be multiple planets, or like I said, it's going to be kind of reduced to a singular location. Or if we'll ever go back to Pandora. That looks absurd. Creatures, of course. What the fuck? Oh, guy. Break free from the tyranny, or whatever. So grapple hook, that was a given. I mean, fucking everything has a grapple hook now. But it looks like you can't just use it anywhere. They're gonna like use nodes or tethers, or like maybe your character threw that out and then they can grapple there. Drones. That turns into axes. A water axe and a... So maybe water element confirmed? Or that's an ice axe, I think. Water axe, fire axe. This is crazy. So you're fighting the drone bad guys. Absolute. The logo hasn't changed. No black lines on it. Like a vault arch that looks nothing like a fucking vault arch. What the fuck? Looks like he built that. Like he's trying to role play as a vault monster. He's like, look, I'm coming out of it, right, guys? It's me. I'm the vault master. I'm the master and monster. Fucking what the fuck? Skull, more symbols and shit that people decipher. Oh god, it's stressing me so much. Okay, let's see how much dislikes it has. 198. Alright, that's all I got for now. Do I want to talk about it more, or I just want to take a fucking break? There's so much I want to think about, like, alone, and you do too, I know it. So much. Alright, again, double speed this video, feel free to talk about it in the comments. I don't know. Even the gameplay, it still just makes me think, like, I don't know. Like, oh, by the way, I need to get to my bingo. So, let's do this. Let's have a little fun, okay, before I leave. Okay, so grapple hook got added. Let me change this so I can see the, there. Okay, grapple hook added. New move mechanic, yep. Kind of relatively. Robot villain, yep. Haven't seen any new tales mentioned. We don't know about the crystal. Anahadium it's called, where it can revive people. None of the original crew seems to have been showcased to be heavily involved. Like, Zane might cameo or something, but it's not going to be, like, too overt. No trees. It hasn't been confirmed through that. Space combat / mining. Oh, vehicles. Wait, where was it? I said, like, no vehicles somewhere. I'll get to that. Bioshocky game mechanic. Left hand does a thing well. I'll do half. I'll do half of that. There, half. Because you technically were able to throw random shit out, but Borderlands 3 has you be able to, like, throw out grenades while you're shooting, and that's... I wouldn't say that's, like, Bioshocky, per se. But I feel like one of the characters is going to be able to do something with their arm while they're shooting, and they throw out elements and stuff. Those element axes were weird. This hasn't been confirmed. Nope. No, it's kind of... See, I was thinking they're going to go for, like, a really serious and, like, moody trailer, but, it's still kind of like Borderlands, like, rambunctious. Planet is Earth, some Earth equivalent, not confirmed. I'm going to go half on this one as well, because I think that was a Maliwan, like... I don't know. No, honestly, I don't know. I can't tell. Okay, there definitely has to be new manufacturers. As final dialogue. I'll just put that there. I'll assume I'll do it half because I'm still not too sure. Nostalgia bait trailer. No song I recognized. Nope. I'll look up what that song is, because I created a playlist full of, like, Borderlands 4, like, music I would use, or just music for Borderlands. It just, like, help, like, you know, I imagine things to it. and you know, imagine trailers and scenes and stuff, because I'm a fan. Crazy. And yeah, there's just songs there, and I'll see if like at least I give myself some leeway here, because I'll see if one of the artists I even put in there, like I could have put in a song there made by an artist that's made by the same person who made the Borderlands 4 trailer music. So I'll give myself a point there, but I'm not sure. Maybe. No bingo, but we did get 3 in a row right here. All right, and I have a whole list of predictions. I'll start. Start just going through here. Okay, that's it. Bye bye. Bye bye. Another one. Why not? With you. One of my predictions was that there was going to be a classism war with with between like 2 sides, and that you'd have to pick because they want to like do like a multiple story path type thing. And this seems like this might be what's happening. So my theory is like she put on the psycho mask, like, oh, that's how you make people psychos. You just put on the Borderlands mask, right, guys? Buy the Borderlands mask for $3.99 on sale now. Like, okay. Anyway, she's clearly indoctrinating a population, like making them all cyborg psycho humans. It honestly looks like something from Rage 2. But so there's the evil side, which tries to like convert people, and there's another side, which is like, I'm not using humans, I'm using like drones, right? Like they're not, at least not sentient, and I'm trying to like protect the vaults, you know, whatever. So this moon has broke open the veil, and it's exposed these people who have been at war for however fucking long, and we're going to like interfere with that in some way, and they're gonna either hate it or...
Did you see old Zane?
I did. His face is wider. Did you notice that his clone is the Borderlands 3 clone? Like they just kind of like...
Yeah, because it's decoy. It's not going to age, obviously. It can't age.
Well, he styled it after himself during Borderlands 3, so clearly you can update it, but I guess maybe he lost like the tech that's able to update it, or, you know, he's like, he has no internet connection or something. They might make a joke about that. His face looks wider though, doesn't it? Like he's kind of more like an acorn here, but then they kind of like
he has a bigger beard.
Yeah, but I know. Like the hair is going to change the shape of that. But legitimately, the face is different.
Well, obviously, he got fucking older.
Let's see the 4 Vault Hunters, because
I'm sorry again. I do not like how they look. This one right here is my least favorite.
What is this shit? What the fuck is this?
The girl looks the coolest. The pink girl looks the coolest.
I didn't even notice until like I started analyzing for my own video, but she's a siren. By the way, I want to get in here so I can just like kill 2 birds with 1 stone, please.
Haven't been here in a while.
The trailer is so bizarre and strange to me that I almost don't even have any thoughts. I'm just like, all right.
I'm ready to forget about it until they get
I feel like they wanted to go so...
Like, I just need to see...
Wait, what did Tana say? What did Tana say?
He said, like, I honestly just want to forget about it until the game comes out. Like,
yeah, kind of like we thought that seeing gameplay would have made us more like confident in what we could expect from it. But seeing gameplay even wasn't enough. We just needed like an entire like fucking 15-minute demo of like, look, now you can shoot with your left hand and also shoot with your right, and you know they walk through you.
Yeah.
Walk you through it.
I need some more. I just don't know what to think about.
This is such a fucking flashbang.
I think the graphics are a lot better, but the Vault Hunters have no aura.
It's easier to make a game look realistic and good than stylizing it like how I think Borderlands should emphasize its strength with.
No, I think it looks
harder to do that.
More Borderlands.
That's more impressive.
Have you seen it? It looks very like Borderlandsy. It looks very like animated and shit. I don't know.
It just looks like Borderlands.
The black lines need to be thicker.
I don't think it's just the black lines. It's the shading. It's literally just like, if you take the black lines away, then you just have like a good looking, like fucking Unreal game. That's it. That's the only thing that's making it remotely Borderlands.
Yeah.
This just she looks like a Slime Rancher character or something. Like this is something, this is like a body proportions of like fucking like a Satisfactory human. Like, it's just so weird. Like, look,
your character design is better, like the fire guy. Like,
I'm more edgy. This looks like one of the points I made, by the way, was that like it looks like too modern-y game design, or modern-y character design. Like it's like
Yeah.
I don't. It's so hard to explain. And I even said in the video itself, like, I hate giving that criticism because then it's too vague. People, the developers will be like, "What do you mean by that? Like, explain yourself." No, I'm willing to take criticism. What do you mean? I'm like, it's like, okay, we're disregarding. I'm like, no, it's real criticism. I just don't know how to fucking formulate it in words well. It's just, trust me, please. I knew they were gonna have a straight man, like, not sexuality wise. I even said that in the video. Like, I mean, like a generic class, and I knew he was gonna be like some sort of like pariah. He looks kind of like, like, I don't know. He just looks like a straight guy. Like,
yeah.
The generic.
Who would have thought the siren looks the coolest? Who would have fucking thought? Everyone else looks just like random civilians found on the street.
Now I really hope whatever her powers are, like it complements what her design is, because I think my idea for a siren,
we already saw it. Did we see? Was that the?
No, we didn't.
Like
I think my idea for a design for a siren, at least. God damn it! I still have Photoshop open.
Then what Vault Hunter do you think got shown at the end there with those like tomahawks?
Oh, that's this guy because he has a yellow robot arm.
You're not sure.
Energy blade. Yeah, so this is gonna be like the straight man class. He's probably gonna be able to exo jump or some shit. We know that there's grappling, but it looks restricted. Like, the only other example I can think of, like, kind of restricted grappling is from Shadow Warrior 2, where there's, like, nodes you can attach to. So, and by the way, this is the buff guy because of the yellow arm. So I'm guessing he can throw out nodes, and then you can grapple onto him. That's something he threw out. Or these are just naturally occurring on the map.
I'm guessing that's just a new movement thing.
Yeah, but that, I don't think they would have emphasized that he's aiming at a very specific part. Like that right there. That's also the same color as his fucking arm. Like, it's clearly a node. I feel like these nodes are gonna be whatever he wants. Like, he can throw out like portals. He could throw out a node there and then a node in front of him and then go through it, and then it's a teleportation device. Like, these are gonna kind of be like a Swiss Army like gadget. It's gonna be a grapple. It could be a portal. It could be a blah blah blah. Like, whatever.
You still have it disliked.
Man,
yeah, fuck it. Honestly, I need to comprehend all of this. Still, the logo looks the same.
Is this game just gonna be like the same thing, just another game with like? They need to add like flying ships, or they need to have something.
Oh yeah. Here's that moment. Look at this. Look, destructing a vehicle. Look, jets, flies off. We're gonna have flying vehicles, I think.
Well, but yeah. You sure she's not just jumping and then like going like off a little?
No, look, jumping up. That's what they do when you enter a vehicle and you spawn it at a station, and it's like some sort of jet vehicle. Blasts
That's really
off.
from Star Wars, by the way. That's
sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Borderlands, Star Wars, they take inspiration. Some sort of hover bike.
vehicle.
So vehicles are back. People thought that they were using Wonderlands as a test to see whether vehicles had become redundant in the franchise. If you could like navigate the environment more interestingly, like in an RPG or something by teleporting.
This doesn't give us any of the big new like stuff if they're gonna add it, and I just want to know what's gonna be different here, because grabbing Nook is cool, yeah, but
this is so weird. This one right here, I did not like. What the fuck is this?
She should have been a fucking Vault Hunter.
Doesn't she look like she belongs in like Baldur's Gate or something? She's so out of place. What the fuck is this? Like some rich society or something? Like, what the... Like, I know the Borderlands world, like, obviously you'd want a fictitious world to be like as alive as a real one. Like, people in real life like make this weird type of like, you know, like dresses and whatnot, right? Like, so, you know, by extension, like in a fake world, someone has thought of an idea to make a stupid design costume. But there's a way of moderating that. Jesus, voice cracks. Moderating that and making it seem appropriate, especially when there's a lot of emphasis placed on like a fucking main character, or just having it be like a passive element of the world you're building. So don't bring too much attention to it.
It's probably just some queen of some town or something. I don't know.
She looks a lot cooler than any Vault Hunter, though.
Yeah, I actually like it. I think it's cool looking.
Yeah, it's cool. She does look cool.
We need more of this. Big fucking like,
Claptrap, who's like a hobo now. I think they're gonna do probably her joke where he's like a nomad, where he's always wandering and shit. So this is interesting. Look, For the
Yeah,
loot
look at
beams?
this loot, man. This is big. This is an actual thing that people want to see.
Okay, but look at this. Look at the there's like a splash on the loot here, and there's like a helix spiral going up the loot beams. And look, this one doesn't have a helix, so I feel like these are going to indicate properties of the weapon. So this can have an anoint, but this means that it has like it's a hybrid, meaning it's part shotgun and part pistol. Ooh, you know, it's going to indicate something.
Oh yeah, let's see. In this little area. I mean, is there going to be a bunch of planets, or is it all on?
I think it's on one
different
planet.
planets.
It's one. No,
I
it's
think
going to
it's
be
already
one
been
planet.
confirmed.
It's over. It's one planet. I think they're going to focus on this whole war between these two people. This is the fucking war that the Watcher apparently was probably talking about, because it looks like a goddamn war. You know, looks like a goddamn war.
It's going to be multiple planets.
I think it's already been confirmed that it's multiple planets.
Okay, if there's going to be multiple planets, you know the only planets that are going to appear? This planet that we're on, this weird one.
Kairos.
And the moon, Elpis, and then Pandora. We're gonna go back to Pandora. I feel like I think the game
might be onto something there.
I think Pandora is gonna be where the game ends. Like these guys, these new Vault Hunters are gonna meet the old Vault Hunters, our old crew, and they're gonna bring them back to Pandora and be like, "Help us here!" And they're like, and then that's where the game ends because of something. I know that's what's gonna happen. I'm Ashton. I was the writer on this game, and I did everything on this game, and I'm the fucking.
The weapons look, they look pretty much the same. I didn't see any like crazy new weapons where I'm like, whoa, never seen that. The shapes seem pretty much similar.
I mean, this is a Jacob's pistol. This looks like it's more like an iron, like, you know, the 1870s. Like I kind of like the ball shape of this,
like a big iron, yeah.
Yeah. But it I'm hoping they bring like subclasses back, because I want revolvers to feel like revolvers from Borderlands 1. Those were satisfying as fuck, but like after 1, they made anything that's like resemblant to a revolver just like a pistol. It uses pistol ammo, but it doesn't really feel like a revolver. Now, of course, making it a subclass and saying, guys, it's a revolver, not a pistol, that's just a percentage of the battle. Like, it just creates a different feeling. But if you make the revolvers like kick back hardly, and, you know, the fire rate is low, but, you know, they knock people black and blow off the top part of their torso, then, you know, then it's like Borderlands 1, where it's a bit more satisfying. Malawan, Jacobs, clearly. Oh, that right there, Borderlands, or concept art, is this.
Yeah.
So this is just a weird look. There's like a seat.
Dying Light the Beast, more gameplay of that.
Weird aliens. Oh, I'm probably right about one of my predictions where it's asteroids. Okay, yeah, asteroids from Elpis, the moon that crashed into the Veil, mutate local fauna and bring harm, its own fauna, death, sickness, and destruction to this new planet, and gives us the fodder threat of our new Vault Hunters. So this is gonna like create mutations like this that came from the asteroids. I guarantee it. There's no way it's not what they're doing. Aren't I kind of right in saying it looks like a little AI generated or something?
Yeah, I think so a little, but I think it's just because it's so samey that it doesn't look that much new at all.
It really looks like 4.
It looks like
it's pretty.
It looks like the 4th game that it's presenting itself.
It really looks like the 4th one.
2 looks a lot different from 1, 3 looks a lot different from 2, and 4 looks like 80%.
Yeah, Ashton's right. It's very visually samey. Even the game, like it looks very visually.
You know what I was sad about? I was like, there was a. Okay. I knew this wasn't gonna happen, but there was a really small percentage of me that wanted them to like go like just pour into the whole like arcane thing and just like really stylize and like bring back like Borderlands's like visual identity back to its like strong roots, but they just seem to be going with like the, you know, black lines drawn on models and sometimes not on other larger things, and just like Unreal 4/5
okay,
graphics.
Sushi, pause. When are you like uploading this video? When you like doing all this?
I'm gonna get the second part done with Ian, and then I'll combine the two and then upload it within like an hour, maybe. I don't know, probably.
Okay, because we need to.
I know the drive. Shut up, Jesus.
Yes, I'm gonna go like deafen. I'm gonna eat like pizza soon. Come back a little later, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm really not sure what I feel yet. Like, I know people were really against all the Vault Hunters, but for me, I have a feeling, because what I remember from Wonderlands is like you could create a character. That's what I think that's kind of probably similar to what they're gonna do. Like, that's what they're gonna do with the Vault Hunters.
Okay, I had a good idea, and of course, because it's good, it's not gonna be done. I was thinking they have 4 Vault Hunters, but then there's a 5th one, and that's where you have a creative Vault Hunter. He's just like part of the resistance.
Maybe.
He's like a random like schmo, and he's like you can combine different generic skills and like create your own assortment of abilities, and have your own like unique Vault Hunter you can level up, and that's where you bring in the Wonderlands customization, where you can change their face and make them look stupid. And if that's the 5th Vault Hunter, is like the stock option. That could have been good.
I could see that.
Now, as for the Vault Hunters themselves, I'm not really a fan of these designs. These look really
I
weird.
feel nothing.
This
I
one right
feel
here
nothing.
is my least favorite. Like I don't like stooping to the whole like.
Yeah, you know why? You know why, bitch? Because she's
Black.
fucking black.
Yeah.
I don't like the engineer look, like the comically large size gloves. Like she doesn't look
The
like an
comically
engineer.
large-
She looks like a botanist. Like she doesn't look like an engineer. It's weird.
It's not someone who like has saved the world, especially with the hair, that hairdo
Fuck
always
no.
getting in the middle of
No.
in the way of your vision. Like
Yeah.
sometimes when I'm designing outfits, I always think about like how would a character like try to like make things comfortable for themselves and effective / efficient, where it's like when you're in a war, you don't want to have a cool emo haircut, because when you're a fucking person who fights all the time, you want to maybe keep that shit out of your eyes. So you have some sort of emo related thing that keeps the hair out of your eyes, or God, something. I don't know. I just don't like the hairdo. And like I said, I don't like, I interrupted myself, and also you kept going. So kind of my fault mainly, but I don't like stooping to this level of being like woke, but it's like modern game design ish.
It is.
I don't
I
like
won't
it.
lie.
This, especially with the single streak there, the hair volume is crazy. This guy looks
I
like
don't
we're gonna make a lot of jokes about him. He probably has like funny voice lines, big.
Maybe we'll see.
Siren is I didn't think they were gonna go Siren. They always have sirens. But
Yikes.
I thought
I'm
they
not a
said they were
fan.
gonna. I thought they were gonna switch it up. They said we're gonna switch it up with the classes, meaning like they weren't gonna like adhere to the
No.
typical archetypes. But it seems like they're still going with the the straight man, which is like soldier class, or the generic class, because he looks very generic. His name is like Aiden or something. God, he looks so fucking boring.
That's definitely an Alex.
Alex or
Call it.
Aiden, and then
And that's Fiona.
No, I'm thinking like something Isha, like Oisha or something like something flowy and like kind of just.
Maybe.
Siren's not too bad. Satana's like Siren. Brawler guy.
Yeah,
See, I thought they
that's
weren't
all.
gonna go Brawler, but yeah, they did Brawler too. And then this like fucking like she looks like a character from fucking Jolly or Slime Rancher characters.
I don't know. Honestly,
Like,
when I saw the
this is-
trailer, I didn't really feel anything.
With the big pants, yeah. Ashton like pretty much landed on the same thing. He's like, whoa, like I thought seeing gameplay and seeing what it was going to be about would like give me some closure on it.
Yeah,
Like it just
I
brought up
yeah.
way more questions.
Ashton's right.
This is what she looks like. It's it's way too like indie dev kind of like you got pink goo, you can shoot it out, blue goo for the I don't know. It's hard to explain. So like the devs would hate me because they're like, come on, elaborate, like be specific. But I'm just like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just fucking hate it.
I don't know. I don't know what I was supposed to feel. I don't know. Like I'm not sure what they were going for with like the Doc Ock like lady.
Yeah,
type
I was thinking.
with-
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Doc Cock lady.
I'm not sure what I feel.
There's
I actually
some.
think that's pretty cool, but
Yeah. Hey, with my robot guy, here.
I'm not sure if I'm looking at Iridians right now. Like I'm not sure what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here.
I don't know how to feel.
So this is my art or whatever, right? I'll show this here. So
And the guy and the Doomfist looking guy, I'm not sure. Like
yeah.
it's just new people. I don't know what I'm supposed to feel.
Hey, look, I was kind of right about thinking that they would have like some sort of Detroit.
Helldiver 2 won best ongoing game, by the way.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at this. I knew they were gonna do like a character like this. I'm like, come on, they gotta have like the fucking wires coming out from the back of the head to like showcase that it's like very clearly like a
Yeah.
scary robot. And I was right. Yeah, gotcha, bitch, because they did it.
Yeah. I was watching to see the next Tekken character, and I was really annoyed that he's
Oh.
like Final Fantasy.
Hey, yeah,
I wanted
Tekken
like Metal
won,
Gear.
right, for the best fighting.
Yeah, Tekken won. Surprisingly, I thought they were gonna give it to Dragon Ball or some that weird ass fighting game.
Let me see if
But no.
Jolt's dude is on top of his. Jolt's dude is quick.
Tekken won, baby.
Ah, no, Jolt's dude. You're slipping up.
Nope.
You're supposed to be quick. Damn you. Come on. Get to it.
I mean, the camera work is like a lot, like significantly more cinematic, and this might be the Great War they were referring to.
Yep.
So
I mean, dude, this is very warlike. Now, I don't know why they didn't literally just like use the dialogue of the Watcher, just to like give people some closure on that. Like, imagine at the end, it's like,
yeah, I don't know why the Watcher. I don't know why the Watcher wasn't referenced.
You could already start to imagine how the trailer would be like structured, like,
yeah,
war is coming.
And then the
like,
the winter planet from like Force Awakens, like. More cities. There's a lot of there's propaganda type graffiti I'm seeing. So
it's for this guy. He's like the Doomfist human.
That might be him. That could be what we're seeing right there.
I think this is going to be two villains battling it out. So clearly there's a war going on between them. And like Lilith introducing Elpis into the equation by breaking their veil, like disrupts a lot of shit. And they probably either resent Lilith for it, or they're going to see her as some sort of like mediative person because she's a fucking
something like that.
So we're going to intervene and we're going to choose the lesser of two evils. Choosing Doomfist guy means that you get like, I don't know, like a robot army, which means that you're able to get like unlock a manufacturer from them. You get like cool, like bionic, like robot guns, which can like turn into, you know, drones or something. And then if you side with the bandits, then you get the bandit guns and you get bonuses for siding with them. They're going to do a faction thing. I guarantee it. They have to. If they don't, then they're fucking stupid.
It's interesting because I'm wondering with the shots with the Vault Hunters, I'm wondering if that's just capturing engine footage for the sake of like just some B-roll, or we're actually gonna have cutscenes.
I think so something I was wondering. By the way, I have a big ass like list of predictions here. I even did like a bingo. Yeah. Oh really? Did I send that?
I joined when you were you were in the middle of like what sounded like a pretty big point, so I just let you talk. So I saw a glimpse of the list as you were writing something down about the weapons.
So. What was it?
That's like I'm a fan of like the Silent Hill type design at 144, kind of like Lovecraftian. That's interesting. That looks like an interesting villain type. But everything else looks like
got a lot of the
like stuff I've seen before.
Yeah, I like the kit bashed elements of it. Like it's still somewhat Borderlands with like some of these like areas they knew they needed to have like this Mad Max type shit. Otherwise, like, you know, people would start like accusing them of being less Borderlands-ish. So they have that here. But you remember Incredibles 2 with the Screenslaver?
Yeah, I remember Screenslaver.
Look, they place an emphasis in a few scenes on screens, and like she's literally indoctrinating an entire like psycho population, like making more of them. Like the first shot was her putting a mask on a human.
Yeah, and the psycho eyes are red. Like I can see mind control or something like that.
So mind control. So I think she's doing mind control or some shit, and she's pretty much like the Screenslaver on this planet, where there's gonna be a bunch of media, and it's gonna try to like hypnotize you or something to join this like cult. And then this is purity, this is order, but it's like soulless in a way. It's like it's kind of like a dichotomy between like too much of like what like both sides. You become too ordered, then you become too like like, you know, robotic, and, you know, you kind of try to like make everything go a certain way, and then you become too chaotic, then you become like a fucking crazy bandit leader human.
We get a really clean shot of what I assume is going to be one of the main antagonists at 204, which is kind of weird because if we're talking about dichotomy of like the suits and like how they look, he doesn't look like he belongs to either side, even if he's standing behind the robots in like the first few shots we see him. So he might be a leader, but I would bet this is trying to imply that maybe he's not necessarily of like exactly from them, but he has something to do with the vaults, judging from like his shot.
Vault arch is really weird. It looks like his like people designed it or
it's
something.
Like a custom. It's like a custom vault.
I made a joke in my first analysis, like just by myself, that like he's like trying to role play as a monster. He's like, look, it's like a vault arch and it grows. Or I died from the monster. Like I'm gonna fight me. Like he's just trying to be cool. But it's like
something like that. I can see that.
Now,
this is just. I just have more questions, and I'm kind of annoyed. I wanted some shit answered, but now no. I'm more confused.
I think it's a subversion of expectations. Like not what we expected, but not like in the good way. Like it should have. Like I brought up closure a few times at this point, but you know it's true. So it should have been like way less like super fucking weird. because it's really, really weird. But
I don't even think it's weird. Like the presentation of the shots are very cinematic. They're not going for anything super interesting in the layout. Like if they were to really want to mix it up and like weird people out and get them like interested, then they straight up need to like they would have presented the trailer in a very like non-linear way, almost like kind of like Guy Ritchie type like introduction, I would assume. But they seemed to play it very safe with the trailer. Like they didn't go too crazy with it. It was just trying to. It's just I feel like from what I'm seeing with people and like what and their overall opinions, I think I'm agreeing with them that like people are extremely cautiously optimistic. Like they're not like. Yeah. I don't know. They're not super big on like they're not blowing up with hype. Everyone's like. Yeah. Very confused.
It's like the whole like no in between thing. It could be either like absolutely garbage or like the appearance doesn't like represent what its actual quality could be like. Because of course trailers are supposed to give us an impression, but they're not always accurate to like what the actual game is like. So, yep, I'm right on these.
And I really, really quickly need to check. I'm gonna watch this in really slow motion. Because they did the same glitch effect gimmick that they did from last. I'm gonna check if Jack was in it.
There's probably.
I don't think so.
There's probably already like no, Jack might be referenced, but
I don't think he's coming back, thankfully, which is a good sign.
Like, Borderlands 4 cover art, real, no fake.
That's a good one.
So yeah, people are already deciphering the fucking code. I guarantee it. Like.
Okay, that's actually fascinating. So we get.
I got some more news from Borderlands 4.
What?
So
the villain's name is called the Timekeeper. And
oh shit! No way! No fucking way! Really?
And he's overseeing an enemy race known as the Order.
The Not Woman? The Not Woman is
the
Timekeeper?
Order.
The villain, the person at the end with like the orange stuff, like with the vault.
So he's the Timekeeper.
He's gonna be overseeing an enemy race known as the Order.
The Order.
So they're not Iridian?
Look at this. Authority. Okay, I knew there was gonna be some kind of like the Order or the Authority, some kind of government or like like imposing type villain. So all right, yeah, I'll give myself that.
Is the Timekeeper like someone that we're supposed to know?
No. Okay,
no. I think that's new.
No. The Timekeeper was was name dropped once in Borderlands 3 because remember when you could scan those like fucking slabs in Borderlands 3 and like Nyriad, which was like a siren woman voice. Okay,
no.
There were slabs you could scan after you got like a vault reward that helped decipher those Iridian slabs, and it would play an audio log of like this ancient siren that helped seal the destroyer inside in Pandora, and she just like pretty much lore dumps. So one of the lore dumps is her saying like blah 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 Timekeeper. Like she just mentions the Timekeeper as one of these like important figures. So that's interesting. So people thought he could like time travel and shit, and that's probably what might be happening. There's probably time reversal. We might see like bring Jack back. We could bring Maya back. Roland, who knows?
Please don't do time travel.
So who's the woman, Tannis?
With the dock arms?
Yeah.
Okay. She's the leader of the Rippers called Callis.
The Rippers?
Callis.
The Rippers. Or did I say Rippers? Or Rippers?
You said Rippers.
Okay. Rippers.
Like rapers.
Are the, yeah, sorry. The Rippers are the new like faction on Kairos, the new planet. And then
I assume we're seeing their logo right now because I'm cross-referencing the images from the teaser and the official trailer, and I'm not noticing any similarities except the language, which is a lot smaller this time, and like there's a lot more of it. And we're just constantly the only image that I've seen like multiple times like flashed over the screen is the fucking skull with what looks like 4 planets. That's the only imagery I've seen repeated. So I assume we're seeing the Ripper or the Order or whatever you fucking said.
There's 2 factions or whatever, Rippers.
Yeah.
And,
by the way, yeah, you noticed that, right? With the grapple, they have grappling now. Of course, come on.
I didn't really care. I'll be honest.
I think
the gameplay did not do anything for me.
Yeah, it just looked like Borderlands 3, pretty much. I mean,
granted there was like no gameplay. To be fair, there was that's not too fair.
I mean, this has to be a lesser of 2 evils thing. You have to be able to choose between them, or I guess fucking break free and like kill all of them. I don't know. No new like weapon types. I thought we were gonna see like maybe like doll shotguns. We haven't seen doll shotguns before, like doll rocket launchers, you know, that kind of thing. TDR snipers. But this looks like a Mal 1 SMG. Yeah, so it looks kind of like restricted grappling. Like you have to throw out a node first to then be able to grapple to it. So he has like some sort of like gadget that's like a Swiss Army gadget. It could be like it could receptacle a grapple shot. You know, it could throw out a portal. It could be like a pulse, whatever. Just think of fucking anything. It's like Swiss Army gadget. So yeah, it's restricted. Restricted grappling, has weird element axes. Now I'm not sure if this is ice or water. So he has some sort of.
That's water.
That looks water to me.
That looks water.
But I don't.
Look at the texture. Look at the texture on the impact when he shoots it. It looks.
Moves.
It's like a liquid.
Oh, okay,
it doesn't look like ice.
What the fuck? They didn't even show it.
Oh no, they showed it for a second. It just went past like the weird purple hole. Like it's like little drops of water, I assume.
Something that just feels like also like we've obviously recognized this is an odd trailer for Borderlands, and it feels like
this is so weird.
But like I want this game to like convince me that it's still part of the same universe or something. Because it's like imagine Borderlands 1, how that made you feel. Borderlands 2. Even Borderlands 3, it still felt connected in some way. Tales, all that still felt cohesive and connected. Now this just feels like something completely different. Like the vibe,
this feels like something
the
new.
Appearance, like it doesn't like I can't imagine Handsome Jack existing in this world.
The cinematography of Borderlands, the way Borderlands has always looked to me, is more realistic style of shooting. Like they're not super cinematic, which they kind of destroyed in the first like minute of the trailer, because like all the shots with like all the story important elements, they're like super cinematic. It's really strange. I don't really feel like I'm watching like a Borderlands trailer.
Have you
I feel like I'm
noticed
watching something else.
Designs of like these hybrid like psychos and shit. Like there's like obviously you want it to look like really messy and Mad Maxy and kind of like polluted, because that's what they are. They're dirty and, you know, disheveled. But it's like kind of muddy in a way that like AI art is. Another thing I don't like stooping to, like looks woke, looks AI, but there's something about it with like the lighting, the appearance. There's a lot of repeated like strange detail. It's like detailed, but it's kind of, you know.
You can say things look AI and like shit like that without like you don't like the thing about stooping to that level is like if you're making like a big deal out of nothing. Like we've seen 2 trailers. If you're like freaking out, going like end of Wokerlands, and yeah, I'd say that's overreacting. But well, just mentioning it that it seems like AI art, I don't see a problem with that because it does.
I'm just like throwing out like that like filter of protection. So if someone goes like, "Oh, bro, that's what all like the, you know, kind of like the, you know, that's what like easily like offended people say." It's like, "Oh no," but I like brought it up, so I should be like protected, kind of thing. You know, it's just to ensure that like I get it. Like it's kind of an overused argument. So I'm saying like there is sort of something about it that seems off. Like here, like that's like kind of like what Borderlands 4 looks to me.
It's off. You're right. It's not necessarily a overused attack. It's overused in the context of like when people are trying to make something out of nothing. If that's their intention with like their comments, then yes, then it's overused.
Or because they don't want to put in more effort into evaluating their opinion, so they go with the easiest choice that just like, you know, they.
Well, not everyone wants to. Not everyone is gonna look as deep
summary.
as us.
Yeah, it's not. It's the closest summary they can reach to describe their mood.
Borderlands gets a lot of casual people, so like, you know, not every casual is gonna like look into that.
You're right, of course, yeah, we are like pretty crazy, but also a lot. Someone's got to do it. But also there is something to be said about the whole AI art thing, which is like maybe like, you know, the reason why a lot of shit is getting compared to AI art now is because AI art is looking more like our own art. It's getting really good at imitating it. So eventually when it just looks like, let's say AI art is able to perfectly recreate Arcane, then let's say Arcane came out afterwards, people will be like, this looks like AI art. It's like, no, this looks like AI art looks like this. It's getting better. That's why we think everything looks like AI art, is because the fucking line is getting blurred. Yeah. this is I said in my original like my first take of this is that this is what I wish the COV was. Remember how vaguely in Borderlands 3 that Malawan teamed up with the COV?
Yeah, it wasn't well thought out. It was just kind of like, oh, they're here now, and it's like, wait, I feel like I missed something.
So a headcanon of mine, or what I wanted Malawan to kind of be, is like do like bioengineering stuff where they like use biomass from humans to like create like weird kind of like fucking, you know, to like concoct like machinery that's blended in with like nature to like create, you know, machines and stuff that are able by like you know, exploiting like natural loopholes. Like let's say they enlarge like someone's stomach to the size of like a fucking oil tanker because they can't figure out how the biology works within digestion, breaking something down and then like turning it into energy. Like we can't do that with our own machinery, so they use that stomach as like a catalyst, try to reprogram some shit in there and like make the nature work to be able to digest scrap metal into energy, and boom, it's just like eating something. And like, right, just, you know, bioorganic stuff. So I was thinking, do the whole collaboration between Malawan, because that actually seems kind of cool, and then they augment the COV with all the, you know, the technology and create them into like twisted versions of like the psychos we've seen. And it would have been a good way to put a twist onto the bandit enemies we fought throughout the entire franchise at that point. Because Borderlands 3, the COV were just like, they were just like bandits. Like they hardly added anything new, really, like functionally. So I was like, where's the fucking like the cybernetic psychos? And here you go. I guess they're doing it here. But maybe it's too little too late. I don't know.
I'd prefer like if they do that thing where like biomedical engineering kind of stuff. Like yeah. I think Borderlands is able to take that like a step further, like almost like Doom designs with the Mancubus, where like they would have fake hearts because the biology of a Mancubus was so fucking like the faction. I'm why am I blanking?
UAC.
Not UAC, because they couldn't deal with hell, then they couldn't directly get to Necrovol, so they cut off their arms and, you know, took out their heart and made like cybernetics. Yeah. Like, I'd be okay with like a lot more gore.
By the way, I would have the transition be slow, where it's like in the beginning you're fighting normal psychos, but then the team up with Malawan happens, and then Malawan is already like really freaky. They're kind of like the Combine from Half-Life, where they're ominous and they use like nature as like a template to, you know, implant all of their crazy cybernetics onto, and it's you know, it's,
yeah, that's a thing. I'm not like
scary, and then they team up with the COV, and then they create those cybernetic psychos, which are scary, and that would have at least been more compelling in my opinion with the whole Malawan COV thing.
Yeah, for a faction called the Rippers, they're astonishingly like not intimidating. They're not scary.
By the way, dude,
their designs like I would think they would be a lot creepier.
By the way, dude, the Rippers is a name that they've used before in Borderlands 2. The first like bandits you fight are part of Boom Boom Squad, or, you know, Captain Flint's squad, right? You remember Boom Boom?
Yeah, I remember Flint and Boom Boom. Yeah,
they're the Rippers. So I mean, like, obviously, right? Like, people are gonna think of the same names, like, realistically in life, but whatever. Like, you're making a game, so maybe choose a different name. But most people don't remember this, so it's whatever. But
and also I think the reason this trailer felt so off to me is just like there wasn't a lot of like magic to it. Like at 102, when like you're showing the title for Borderlands 4, like seriously?
Yeah. Well, I think it's because it's supposed to be like this. By the way, let's. It's supposed to be like this. By the way, because they always do this kind of like simple. What am I doing? This trailer. They did it with Borderlands 3, where it's like. They had like simple text here just to show that they're kind of, I guess, like guys, we type in lowercase and, you know, don't put that much effort in our editing, just like you. Or I don't know. It's just supposed to seem like approachable, like that.
That just looks so. That looks so bad.
But the purpose of that is because it's supposed to be kind of like basic and stuff, and in a way I kind of like it. But yeah, it should.
I don't. It feels just that is significantly better.
Of course,
that gets me ready to play.
I think because firstly it's a style to be like simple and minimalist, but it made this hit much harder after it shows up. So
I would just do it once. I mean, like it's already pretty obvious that like it'd be interesting to see how people react to like it's like, oh, this is Borderlands, you know, like if they were to make the gameplay, if they were to evolve the gameplay, which unfortunately to my eyes, I don't think they did. I don't notice much difference.
Dude, in fact, I noticed a moment where like a person was knocked back during the gameplay, which looked exactly.
I saw
like
that, yeah, from the boss.
Animation. No,
It's yeah.
It was right here. It was right here.
Yeah.
Oh,
from the boss enemy. At 124.
So here, like he gets knocked back. That's like Borderlands 3's like knockback animation, and then like you hit the ground, you're like, "Urgh," like it kind of blows a little bit. Like I'm pretty sure it's gonna use like Borderlands 3 as like a base. Like
I think a positive I can see is that like this, like the lighting has been turned down, so it's not as blinding when a lot of effects happen.
I know
like
they've heard our criticisms loud and clear, so I'm hoping the particle.
I mean, just because they heard one criticism does
people have complained about the particle effects and just the effects period.
I mean, yeah, but it's still one complaint. It's still one section.
Yeah, I get
okay. Borderlands 3 has a lot of issues that I don't want to see repeated. I want Borderlands 4 to be better. I really do.
I'm not sure if I've explained this to you. I think I've explained it to Ashton and Maynerr, but have you played Portal 2?
No.
Okay. So I have like this, I'm not going to go into the Portal 2 thing, don't worry, but I'll connect it eventually. I have like this kind of thing for like kind of moody locations that are isolated and quiet, and I call it like the Nook vibe, where like you're, I don't know, traveling through like some sort of sewer pipe, but then there's like there's a break in it, and it overlooks like an entire desert, and you keep going, and then you hear the ambience of like some sort of nearby fan rotating because you get to like some sort of warehouse, or I don't know, just something about like being secluded, like underneath like a near a roof or whatever. It's a hard like sort of like aesthetic or feeling to describe, but I'm hoping Borderlands 4 kind of like allows its environment to speak volumes, because the characters always talk and they're quirky, but sometimes I want just silence, just like have the environment tell the story. I just want to hear here, if I'm in this location, it's quiet, you hear the buzzing of like the signs, and then there's like just a couple muttering for like people in the distance like living in these like cargo boxes, and there's like a little hideaway, like kind of like that gnome place from Garden Warfare 2, where you go underneath there and there's like a little chamber, and there's like some barrel fires, and there's people who like set up camp there, but it's like derelict, so they're not there anymore, and just something, again, hard to describe, but I think you get the vibe I'm trying to explain, where it's like the silence, the isolation, and kind of the comforting nookiness of it, like Nook meaning like corner.
Yeah.
So I hope there's Nook moments. I wrote that down even, and like I shared.
I really agree. I need I love I like Borderlands' humor. I don't love it. It's funny. It has its moments, but I am a sucker for atmosphere, and I really want stuff like I want quiet moments. Like the reason why I love it's mainly from like games like The Last of Us and like super cinematic games. It's really nice where I can just have a moment to breathe and like take in like subtle storytelling, which is why I liked Silent Hill the remake so much. I played it about a week ago. Really fucked with it. I was a fan.
Yeah.
Really just.
You play all the remasters, by the way?
Not all the remasters. I only played the Silent Hill, like the recent one, because Silent Hill 2 is a fucking icon in horror. So I wanted to see if they paid it, like they paid their respects and like made a more accessible version of it. I think it's a very, very good game. I think I was a fan.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about this trailer though. I'm still very on the edge.
Wait, were you talking about the Silent Hill trailer?
No, this trailer. I'm going back to this.
No, prior, because you were talking about Silent Hill. Did you first start the conversation up through a Silent Hill trailer, or?
I always knew about Silent Hill, but when I saw the trailer, like the teaser, I was really intrigued because it really captured some of the iconic moments from Silent Hill 2, and it did it really like faithfully looking. So I was like, yeah, I need to try this. So I did, and I'm happy I did.
By the way, what do you think of this part? This woman. This is really interesting. She seems like queen.
She looks like a champion from Paladins.
I know. I was like, this is like from fantasy, or like this is like a like sci-fi fantasy, like fucking Baldur's Gate. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't know. It just looks off. Like the planet that we've seen in the background, it looks like as you can see from like the moss on the walls, like it's probably like an older civilization. So it'd be really cool if we explored they're like from an
naturalists.
older time.
Yeah, they try to like maintain like a peaceful passive life without like interacting with technology too much. Kind of like you remember that whole Bloodhound trailer from Apex, like they're
Yeah, I
like,
remember.
they came from
Bloodhound.
like a tribe of people who like hated technology. Like it could be that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Also, like an argument I made was like, okay, so design looks weird, but you gotta remember, like in real life, there are people who are gonna like make something personal to them and it's gonna be like weird or something. So imagine if there was a game about Earth or something, and then like it only took place in the desert, but like for 3 games, but then it went to like another location and people are like, hey, this isn't like Earth anymore. Well, no, it's like Earth. It's just that you haven't seen what other people had done in it. Like it's clearly like just like variety is what happens in life. So when something doesn't look like Borderlands, you can kind of find an excuse for it to exist within the Borderlands universe, because it's like, fiction imitates reality. Like people are going to think about designing something stupid like this with a big ass, shoulder, or like the sleeves like that. And yeah, that can exist. It's like a real world, pretty much. Think about it. So, but still, just there's ways to moderate and make it work for people, because obviously you're making a game, not you're making entertainment, not an entire world where it's always supposed to be realistic to how diverse actual reality is. You gotta sometimes hone in.
Yeah. Also, something I've noticed that I'm not sure if I'm a fan of yet personally. A big thing that making like battles look cool, or like the battle has to match, like the environment has to match the tone of the battle. Otherwise, it feels off. Like I need more context to like the battle in like the first 45 seconds. But like on a sunny desert planet in completely clear conditions, as they're just like I don't know what I'm like. I'm confused because I'm not sure. I don't know these people. I have no attachment to them. They're all completely new characters in an environment that I'm not sure would match the tone of battle that I'm seeing. It looks like a final showdown. Right. Like it doesn't look like, it doesn't make sense. It's very, very confusing.
It's heavily detached from what the rest of the games had set up. Like it's kind of
it's very
like, attitude wise, but also even conceptually a little bit. Like it's like we wanted the war to be with the Iridians, not like some random faction on a hidden fucking planet. Who cares if they pissed in each other's cereal? Why are we involved in this? Fuck you guys. But they're probably gonna make us care because like they're after Evolved. So obviously we have to step in and be like, fellas, stop fighting. And they're like, fuck you. And then stuff will ensue. So again, cautiously optimistic, just like most people probably. But so back to that thing I was talking about with like the Nook vibe, right? With the quietness. Now, you haven't played Portal, but there's a moment after like a character does something. I'm not sure if you care for spoilers or not, but it's pretty much like a betrayal.
I don't really.
Okay,
I don't really care for.
Okay, so
spoilers.
Stephen Merchant, a British actor, plays a robot ball, and he's like your companion throughout the entire game up until a certain climax where he betrays you because he steps into GLaDOS's body. And I know you know GLaDOS because she's the fucking like everyone knows GLaDOS. So he smashes you into an elevator that otherwise would have taken you to the surface, but now you you crash down into the older parts of the Aperture facility. So this pretty much is a reset because you also lose your portal gun. So there's this big ass fall, and even chapter 6, the fall. By the way, just a quick little side note: Borderlands 2 did this like chapter card shit where it's like chapter 6, like the blah blah blah. I know Borderlands 4 does that. All right.
How are you holding up?
So there's a big ass fall. She's saying funny stuff. Violet is very charming. But you keep falling. And by the way, you survive this fall because you have like these impossibly designed boots called long fall boots, which like absorb the kinetic energy like Black Panther's like suit, pretty much.
Just in case this pit isn't actually bottomless.
So you keep falling. It goes so far down, and it's almost like a surprise because you're like, what the fuck? Like this facility goes for so deep, and it's like kind of terrifying in a way. And
they just subtle storytelling. Like not everything needs to be filled with jokes. Like that's what I valued from our very, very like small percentage of Borderlands 1. There was just a lot of
people want that atmosphere back. So here, the fall happens, and then she's patronizing you. But here you go. You land. Right. So you go through planks, and then you land. So, not only would I want something like this to happen or something, but I also was thinking, what if they do like a reset in a way where you're like level 20, it's kind of like midway through the story of Borderlands 4, and then the character grabs you by the neck, or sorry, the villain grabs you by the neck, and you know it's climactic and awesome. But then he like, you know, takes something away from you. He takes away like your storage deck, which holds all your guns. And then he like slices your throat, but you know, you don't die because you're the main character. And then he throws you down like a garbage chute or something, whatever. Just you reset somewhere. And this is what happens where you start off from the beginning. You're the same level, but now you lost all your loot and you have to work your way all the way back up from the bowels of whatever this place is. And now imagine no more echo communication, no more characters in your ear. It's just you navigating this location akin to this. So let it play out. That's right, you don't lose your portal gun. You lose GLaDOS, which you do get back.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I also love scale like this because I love facilities, I love like giant cities, I love abandoned things, I love overgrown things. So
I love abandoned things. They're so nice. They I think they would work perfectly for Borderlands 4. Like environments like this. Something with scale.
This could be like the villain's like old factory or something. Hell, it doesn't even have to be. It could be natural. You could be in like an organic location, but you've effectively been separated from your group. You're hurt. You have less of your guns, or only some of them. Maybe the only ones you're holding, but not in your backpack. So people could like feel some sense of control on like what they want to keep. So they're like, okay, I know I'm gonna lose all my shit, so I'm gonna only equip these 4 guns. Something, I don't know, whatever. But I would like you to lose most of your shit and essentially start over. Because in Borderlands, it's all about that climb to, you know, getting the better loot and the crazy guns. But imagine there's like that reset where then you start at like the trash level, like you're a grunt again, and you start interacting and appreciating the low-level weapons again. You know how in Borderlands 3, like the weapon models were really clunky and shit, like as they were like a higher rarity, they're kind of like really easy. But then their white rarity counterparts were much more. They had a simpler read on them, right?
Yeah.
So imagine that you're interacting with those white weapons, and it's back to the start. It's like at level 1, but not. So, and then it's just you. You have to just like talk with yourself, figure it out, and you're like, whoa, this is like a drastic like change in attitude and atmosphere, everything, just for Borderlands. It's like, what the fuck?
Borderlands is a game that can get away with tone shifts very, very well. I'm not sure why they don't do it more. Like
because everyone expects comedy from it, but then when you don't do comedy, people are like, well, you always give us that, so when you give us a different food, right, something else to eat, we're not gonna complain because it's literally just something else.
That's literally the whole point of it. That's the entire importance of a tone shift.
It's contrast.
You need to have it's all contrast. You need to really just like, you can't prepare your audience. You just need to like establish it without saying it, which, you know, Borderlands has a lot of humor. Like that doesn't need to be established. That doesn't need to be said. So if you were to drop into something like this and I don't even think you would need ambiance, just dead silence in something so different from Borderlands, and maybe having a chance to interact with the villain like occasionally at like checkpoints, like interacting with him on the radio and listening to him.
Or no, what would be cooler is what if you see the effects of the villain's progression like reach this location, like he's doing something and stuff is falling from the sky and reaching. You're like, oh shit, he's at this stage. Like, oh fuck, he's like, I need to get the fuck out of here and get all my guns back. So you start seeing what he's doing, and then maybe one of the things he throws down in this like trash world or whatever the fuck is something funny. So you're like, oh, he threw away his villain chair. Clearly he got an upgrade. He got a better villain chair. Or, you know, something. Just that there's a way of communicating humor without being like, you're like, you know. Also that, I like that type of stuff where it's like keep out. You're clearly going towards like a location you're not supposed to be in, but like you have to escape.
Yeah.
So I listen to Portal ambiences like religiously, hearing like the beginning portion of the game with like the quiet of the nature, because like there's overgrown levels, and we just learned that we share a similarity there where we love overgrown shit, abandoned shit. So there's abandoned levels, and oh wait, is this the moment? No, okay. Wait. Oh yeah, that. This is a cool moment. You'll see in a minute. Yeah, so there's like those overgrown moments, and I'm hoping that whether it's in the middle of the game or the beginning of the game, or hell, maybe even like right near the end of the game, there's just some kind of quiet moment. But I'm hoping for 2. In the beginning, I want there to be a quiet beginning, because remember when we listened to Borderlands 2's Three Horns Divide music, and you're like, it kind of sounds like Mario Galaxy, right? Wasn't there? You said that there was like a soundtrack from about Three Horns Divide that kind of sounds like Mario Galaxy. Borderlands 2, Three Horns Divide Ambience. Hello?
I'm just listening.
Okay. So, wait.
It's no secret that students love to sleep. A recent survey reported that sleeping...
I think this is good. No, this says shit over it. Look at this. Remember the beginning of Borderlands 2 when this happened? You just like came off of the train and you know it blew up.
Please, I need stuff like this, man. Things that like proc questions from me. There's
a way of communicating humor right there without a character. Look at the sign. This will change sometimes.
Exactly. Like you don't need to be in people's faces constantly, man. You just need to like just be smart about it. Be smart about your presentation.
I want there to be a quiet beginning and a like reset Portal 2 Trash World fall. Those are my hopes. Probably not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, here, listen to the soundtrack. There's some notes in here that are like Mario. I remember you made a comparison to Mario Galaxy.
I remember perfectly. Yeah, these parts right here. Something to really sell the fact that you were in the middle of the cosmos. Something like
and the wasteland, this fucking frozen wasteland.
Yeah.
It's just so sad too. This is like just Claptrap by himself here, and we know what preceded it, right? With the Claptastic DLC. Did we play it, by the way? Did we play Claptastic Voyage in the pre-sequel?
Yeah.
It's where you go inside Claptrap.
I literally don't think we ever got to that.
Okay, then
honestly,
maybe I shouldn't spoil it because there's some stuff happens with them. Okay. So yeah, it's just thought provoking. Like I just want Borderlands to like make me feel like I don't want.
So do I, dude. I want to feel like the reason why it was so hard for me to get through Borderlands 3 is because things like I wasn't thinking. I was kind of just felt like I was going through the motions. There wasn't like I wasn't feeling like this story was trying to sell me on anything. Like it felt like it was trying to sell me on stuff.
Too much. Maybe
instead of just
sell you on too much all the time. It's like
it was too much. It was just too much at all times.
It's like for TikTok brained people who always need like a bunch of colors in their face to invest them in shit.
Like don't get me wrong. Like from my editing, I have TikTok brain sometimes, but like Borderlands is the exception to that rule. There's just something about the ambiance and just the way their environments looked in 2 and 1, from what little I've seen of 1, and this little motif of the guitar, like it's so it's nostalgic.
Right now, the Borderlands 4 thing happening with those fucking villains somewhere. Like, does that feel like it belongs in this universe? Like this attitude?
No, not even close.
It's awkward. It just feels weird. Like, are you gonna respect some of this like design? In a way, now this sounds a little evil, but in a way, I kind of wanted Borderlands 4 to fail, and we'll see if it fails. Or, fail strongly in some aspects, because I want to be like the savior that steps in and be like, guys, this is how we do Borderlands, and then fix it, and get all the credit, or, maybe not all of it, but I just want to go in there and tell them, like, remember this? So,
yeah.
Because
it's
I feel like
it's just not the same.
The vision is sort of like on what they were at some point is kind of it's getting a bit muddied. You have to like take
because new people are joining and that vision is hard to like it's hard to keep with people. Like,
yeah,
especially new people.
They'll assume that that's what Borderlands was always like. They'll be like, oh, if the other games are anything like this, and I'm not gonna play it because it's too fucking crazy and stupid, right? But it's like, no, this is the pinnacle of the ascension of craziness. Borderlands 2 really is like the perfect harmony of everything. It has the serious, it has like honestly some of the wittiest writing, like right next to Portal 2. And in fact, the writer was inspired by it. He's like, oh fuck, like I'm never gonna write anything that good, but I gotta try, and he did, and he fucking made something just as good. It's smart, it's funny, it knows how to calibrate, it's thought-provoking, it's silent, it's scary, like it's good. It has the good balance of things, and I'm just really hoping that Borderlands 4 is a good balance.
And Borderlands 4 could really do something cool. Like one of my favorite aspects about Star Wars is not like something I think you would understand, or like no, not something you would guess. It's something you would understand. It's the fact that like when they make languages and like when aliens talk in Star Wars, they're talking like a real language, like something you can like study and actually talk in real life. No one would understand you, but it's so cool that much effort has been put into like a single small little thing as language.
I mean,
and then the graffiti reflects the language.
I think that's what they could have done with like the Borderlands Iridian writing, like with the texts and stuff, like where it flashes at the end.
Like take a book out of Gravity Falls. Like you don't need to, it doesn't need to be super complicated. It could just be like a slightly like a language that takes like you need to have a study guide just to comprehend what he's saying, and then boom. And then like have it say secret stuff, have it like ominous stuff. The Timekeeper, you're gonna have to do something about him. Yeah, like I was so thankful when Randy was self-aware and he's like, should I just shut up and show you the trailer? That was honestly like weirdly enough, like I will give him some good credit there. I love his like delivery on that. He's like, hey, anyone raise their hand if they want to hear me talk? Like, okay. Anyone raise their hand if they want to see the Borderlands? Oh, okay, Borderlands. Yeah, fucking all right, play it. Like Jesus. like for the love of God, just play it. Oh yeah, like I mean, just the environments are. They're interesting.
This is promising. It's promising.
There's a lot of flavor. It's just it depends on how they connect this all. Like,
you think they're gonna do anything with Jack? They might like want to completely separate, but I feel like there's gonna be.
I seriously think Handsome Jack had the perfect closure in Tales from the Borderlands. I don't think they should even address him.
Oh, dude, I know we talked about like how when he dies, this goes back to that silence type thing, right? We love.
Tales was fucking perfect. Is the perfect end for Jack.
Right when he dies, and then he's just like pretty much like submerged, rather than Handsome Jack's like please, just in like the ambience of like the Helios space station and the crackling fires. It gives me chills. It's a little creepy.
It was just a reminder of how much you sacrificed to take out Jack, and how much like just like the destruction. Like he said, like if you gotta break something down to build something up. He wanted to get rid of Jack, so he needed to sacrifice shit. Like it's devil's in the details, man.
Okay,
devil's in the fucking details.
This is what I think is gonna happen: is that we're gonna start off as the new Vault Hunters on this planet. Like we're not teaming up with Lilith. We're probably from the planet itself, and we're familiar with it. And then Lilith's moon fucks everything up. That introduces asteroids, which like mutate fauna and introduce new life. And then that's when we meet Lilith. We probably hate her for a little bit, but then we realize she's good. We team up. Then the whole war, it amps up, and then we go to the war shit between the two factions. We have to choose between the two factions, and then yada yada. I don't know, but then we're gonna go back to Pandora, or wait, the moon, Elpis, which is broken. Then fucking Pickle's gonna come back. Yes. Okay.
Pickle's.
Yeah. He's gonna become the 5th Vault Hunter, and you can swap between the two, like in Marvel Rivals with Cloak and Dagger. You can become a different Vault Hunter at the same time. Don't fucking kill me.
Sidebar: I fucking hate Cloak and Dagger. She is so annoying.
Well,
the most annoying support other than Jeff.
Okay, Cloak is Jesus Christ. He's like Reaper's like shadow ability while you're able to shoot people.
It's so irritating.
He like almost like forgot to properly game balance there. Okay, jeez, we're gonna. All right.
It's just as annoying as Bucky. Like I don't want to load into a match and just hear again. Oh
Again,
my god.
I am whittling away at
Fuck
your
off.
patience.
It is such an annoying.
I am striking your fucking
again. Here I come to your backline again.
Okay,
Fucking
so
hell.
yeah, we're gonna go to the moon probably, or fragment it or something, because Borderlands wants to be scenic and awesome.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go to Pandora, and then it's gonna end on Pandora. And I feel
100%.
like this is gonna be interesting. Tannis is probably right on this one because this is one of his guesses. The villains are gonna win, and that's the setup for Borderlands 5, and it's gonna be a cliffhanger, and then Borderlands 5 will be the last one.
It'd be great if they did like Infinity War, like shit, like do something along that line, and that same intelligence and that same respect for their characters and their story. Like, I think Infinity War was it's the only like perfect MCU movie. I think it was magic. Yeah, I'm sorry again. I don't have much more to say about the designs. I just if these are the Vault Hunters, I'm gonna
calm down about how hot they are. Why is Randy reposting this? Like, was this a point that he needed to really emphasize? He's like, guys, we really need to make these hot, so he feels.
They're all hot. No, they're not.
I mean, he's just generic. Yeah, so
he's generic. No, I don't see it.
She has a little bit of vantage-ness in her, with the wide eyes.
A bit. Now he's a baddie.
He's hot because I don't know, probably character.
And then the engineer chick, she literally looks like the fucking Latino from Atlantis. Hold up.
Yeah, bring that up.
Hold up. They did it's the same design choice that they fucking chose, except hers was significantly smarter. I will do that. Near girl.
I wonder if one of them is trans, because at one point they said they wanted to do a trans Vault Hunter.
I don't care. It's irrelevant if they're trans. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, me neither. But it'd be cool to see that. Oh, by the way, this guy in the trailer, he has an exosuit or something, from COD Advanced Warfare, and he has fucking energy blades. So exosuit guy, siren lady that probably has synthetic siren powers, Brick, but crossed over with Doomfist. They had a baby. Yeah. And then Slime Rancher girl.
Yeah, Audrey Ramirez in Atlantis. I have it open. They did the extended gloves, but none of the confidence or swagger that she kind of has. Nothing like that. The whole thing that made Audrey work as the engineer is you have to be able to communicate, and she just had a lot of she had a lot of confidence. She was just a very different.
Send it
character.
in. Let me see the character.
I'm streaming it.
Oh shit. Okay. Really? You think the fucking Slime Rancher girl looks like her?
I think it's the same idea behind their design with the big oversized gloves, the short stature, but
if they didn't have the woke black haircut and they just literally made her Audrey, then I would have been okay with it. I just don't like her haircut. God.
I don't neither do I. I don't like that trend. I don't think it looks good.
People are right. They give all black people that fucking haircut.
They do. It's getting old. It's really getting old.
I was right about them making the generic class some kind of fucking diva or something. Because I have art here, personal stuff. Here, look at my screen. This was a character idea of mine, which was pretty much think of him as sort of a snarky, Deadpool, teenager. He's even wearing a hood. I wanted him to be generic in the sense that he's us, just a human that essentially has been almost gifted powers through richness. He's part of a rich family, so you got intelligence installed. He got these upgrades installed because his parents wanted to use him in some way, and they fucked with his memories, and that's something you can do with plot for tragic story. So he's just he's a resistance person, and he's kind of the generic class soldier, but a replacement of it. So he would have the abilities of pretty much telekinesis. He shoots out drones, great swarms. Yeah, that's not what they chose. But in essence, they did pretty much create a generic white guy dude with hoodie. It's honestly kind of close to what I was imagining. So good on them.
I'd love a character it's a weird analogy, but I was thinking something something connected to Iridian. I wanted someone who knew the Iridians. Like how Eli Shane was with the Shadow Clan.
Sorry, it's crazy because I literally use Eli Shane as like a reference for my own character idea because he's like a rebel leader and he's like a herald.
And he's friendly with like a very hostile clan that's like notorious in Subterra.
Right. By the way, Shadow Clan is a little like similar to like the fucking Guardians where they all like whisper and their aesthetic is like creepy and shit. Yeah. But also look, imagine that as being one of our Vault Hunters. Like that right there. It's like
that. Oh, that'd be so fucking cool. I don't know. The Vault Hunters were just super boring.
How can you not? Sorry, I'm talking to the camera. How can you not just fucking see that and be like, that's the right step? They literally. Oh my god. God, it's right there. It's right fucking there.
It's right in your hands.
Made the aesthetics. It's so enigmatic, it's interesting,
you
consistently
but you went, drop the ball.
Let's go Warframe! Let's go play some Warframe! Let's hire the same designer for Warframe, why don't we? Make it a muddy fucking mess of generic, bioorganic sci-fi bullshit!
It's like when Kathleen Kennedy was being asked about the new Star Wars trilogy, and they're like, oh, are you gonna include anything from KOTOR? Are you gonna reference stuff like that? You know, like years of free source material, and she literally had...
And if they're gonna say no, the answer is no, because that's what they have to answer with. Even if they
she responded, no, she didn't even elaborate. She just said no. She didn't elaborate. Years of comics just sitting at her fingertips to give her free fucking designs, free ideas, literally at her fingertips, and she just goes...
Not familiar with that, but similar. Your microphone didn't like that part. It was like, actually, you know what? Your imitation there is so accurate. We're gonna have to censor that because the no is even upsetting to me. A non-sapient.
It was. I said it like a prick.
Get your drive in, bro.
It was absurd.
Man, shut the fuck up. All right. Wait, you have Ultra Kill pulled up?
Yeah, because the monologue for Gianni. I could imagine they're gonna do something with Timekeeper like this, where he's gonna like. If they can manage to do it, which honestly I don't have a lot of confidence in Gearbox. I don't know how they're gonna connect a brand new villain like that was only referenced once in Borderlands 3, which we know people didn't really love Borderlands 3. So, like evidently, not even me and Tannis remembered. Like we had to be reminded. So, I think I could fuck with them doing like a monologue like this.
Machine, I will cut you down. Break you apart, splay the gore of your profane form across the stars. I will grind you down until the very sparks cry for mercy. My hands shall relish, ending you here and now.
Like something like that, man. Like we need something big.
That's epic. Yeah.
These villains need to be huge.
Hey, you know, for my like robot idea, which I've brought up on screen for this guy. Now this doesn't have to be like This doesn't have to be like specific to my own idea here, but you know, for something intimidating or whatever, right? I was thinking a cool boss fight idea would be you have a fight or whatever, but what the fuck? Okay, the villain you're fighting against is pretty much so empowered, or you know, has so much leverage to brandish over you that pretty much he's confident in his own win. That so confident in like securing his win that he pretty much, when you go down, he comes to you, picks you up by the neck, and gives you a second wind because he's like, "Come on, fight!" Like, come on, like here's an example.
So yeah,
would be like death from
like the Gibby, revive, like the bubble revive, like just grabs you by the back, slaps your ass, and you're back in the fight.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, but of course something scary or whatever. But
maybe a rare
still. Animation, he does slap you on the ass. He's like, "Come on, buddy! Like you're not a
you got this,
you a Vault Hunter for no fucking reason. Like live up to the title." So yeah, something like that where it's like you're losing. You're like, "Oh my god, it's literally impossible to beat this guy." And he's like, "Come on, like you're a Vault Hunter." Picks you up, gives you a second win after you go down. He's like, "All right, let's try again." He gives himself some more health. He gives you health. That's the most insulting thing that can happen. You're watching a thing. That's the most insulting thing that can happen, or like the most humiliating thing that can happen to like you as a really empowered Vault Hunter is that you are given an advantage. You are constantly brought up. You are given health. He gives you power-ups, and you still can't beat him. So you, of course, will beat him, but not in like the typical sense where he actually dies. But you get him to a weakened state, and even then, that's not enough. And he's like, "Well, I already won. My countdown had finished." So here goes the laser that blows everything up, or, you know, whatever. So something like that. So your thing with the epic and also like the really condescending, like, get the fuck up, like, try again. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm right here, punch me. You punch him, like, pff, like, easy. And then he punches you and like tears like your fucking intestines out. And then he gives you like the new Tails life crystal, heals you right back up. He's like, try again. And then just, you know, something like that. They could have an interesting subversion put on how they handle the villain.
Like, it's such an interesting, like, that's a type of villain that I don't think Borderlands has seen. Like, someone like so ultra competitive. Like, literally, like, when you second wind in a boss fight with him, he walks over to you, picks your ass up, and says, like that's the best you got. Like, here, I'll make an example from like
yeah, I feel like something like that's happened. It definitely has.
It'd be like Alexander Anderson from Helsing, because there's in Helsing there's two religious houses who fight the creatures of the night. One's Romanian and one's for the British Empire. The thing about it is Alexander Anderson is really like he's really passionate about hating them. So it creates this kind of funny dichotomy where, like, don't get me wrong, he's still an antagonist. He is an awful fucking human being. Okay. But at times, like, he will literally, like, save Alucard from being shot, pick him up, and yell at him in a fucking Irish accent about how he needs to do better. Get up,
What's this from? What's this from again? I didn't catch that part.
This is from Helsing Ultimate.
What is this? Helsing Ultimate?
It's kind of like it's like a vampire kind of hunting show with guns. That's the best way I can explain it. It's a very, very funny show. I really like it.
Also, have you seen Castlevania? It seems like you might.
It's like it's Castlevania. I just think it's a lot more anime-y, and like it has really good voice acting.
I'm a very. Or is you just saying it's like Castlevania?
It's like Castlevania. Okay. It has nothing to do with the Castlevania universe. It's just it's similar. It's a similar premise of like houses of like men of God fighting the creatures of the night, except this one's extremely modern. It's just something different. Anyways, what are you gonna be doing tonight?
We should probably play something. Maybe okay. By the way, sorry for this closing statements. Okay, so that was just the random spats we have about the Borderlands 4 trailer. Okay, comments, yada yada. All right, be one of the humans ever. Done.